Exnet everyone, misat kwelum to all the legislatures, TWASN members, staff, and guests that are in person here. Thank you, and those that are online. I hope you were able to enjoy a lovely, sunny family day weekend with your loved ones and your friends. Thank you to my relatives, Connie and Jessica Adams, for drumming us beautifully to start this ceremony, start this meeting off with a beautiful ceremonial walk-in. We really appreciate that, uniting our hearts together as one, bringing us together around this table. Haichka to Yums Catering for nourishing our tummies, while Connie and Jessica nourished our spirits and our hearts. We've enjoyed sharing a meal with everyone together. Would also like to send my gratitude to Samia Coral Barrett for starting our meal with a table song in a good way tonight. Thank you. So tonight is our third meeting, and we've got lots of work to do tonight. I don't know if you looked at the agenda. It's packed. Lots of important work ahead of us this evening, but I'm grateful that we have this work to do for our people, and then I'm grateful that we're doing it together. So thank you for being here tonight. I would like to extend a warm welcome to our special guest, the Honorable Jill McKnight. Haichka for visiting us in our spring legislative session this evening. So Haichka, we're looking forward to hearing from you. I'd also like to acknowledge that I have Legislature Spilautuit, Terry Splachton, and Legislator Taylor Baker are online. They're not feeling that well today, so they don't want to spread it around, so they're here joining us online. We welcome you. If you can turn on your cameras when you can, that would be great if you're speaking. Haichka. Before we go on to any other business, I would like to invite our young relative Desiree Gurniak to start our meeting off in a good way. Desiree, could you start our session off with a good prayer? Haichka.
Aitsne Mokwet, good evening everyone. I'll say Walapia's prayer, my sitla. Titol tiem huyanem atasant stiwiot. Titama ui mistoch ska keep hichlamatol tana wayal. Diquam chuch isawatol atatsiaitst. Quamquam stuch touchqualawinst. Creator, let us pray. Listen to our prayer. Thank you for bringing us together. Please watch over us today. Help us with our work. Keep our thoughts strong. Haitapka.
Oh, CM. Haichka Desiree for starting us off in a good way. I'd like to take the opportunity to welcome back our feather runner, Madison Jacobs-Mail. Thank you again for being here. We warmed you up at last meeting, but I think we're going to keep you busy this meeting. But you've already had your warm-up session, so I think you'll do fine. But remember, legislatures, that she may not remember all of your names. So when it's your time to speak, please raise your hand high so that our feather runner Madison can see you, and remember to wait to get the feather before you speak, and then pass the feather back to her when you finish speaking. We really, really appreciate that. An additional reminder to all of our legislatures, staff, and people in the gallery, if you wouldn't mind putting your phones on silent, all of your phones, that would be greatly appreciated. For tonight's agenda, we will invite Honorable Jill McKnight, Member of Parliament for Delta and Minister of Veteran Affairs, to address the legislature. We will follow this with the second reading of Schedule 1, Finance and Government Services. Next, we'll have a second reading of Schedule 2, Policy, Strategy, and Communications. Then we will conduct a second reading of Schedule 8, Member Financial Benefits. Afterwards, after we've done all that hard work, we are going to receive an update on the periodic review. And then lastly, we'll have an update on the Community Safety Strategy Initiative. Are there any questions, legislatures, for tonight's very full agenda? All right, legislatures, wonderful. Let's get started. I would like to call upon Chief Swamisat to introduce a motion to invite honored guest, Minister Jill McKnight, to address the TWASN legislature. Chief? Heichka.
Okay, motion to invite the honored guest to address the legislature. Whereas the Tsawwassen Legislature welcomes the Honorable Jill McKnight, Member of Parliament for Delta, to witness the February 17, 2026 Legislature Assembly meeting. Therefore, be it moved that the Tsawwassen Legislature invites MP Honorable Jill McKnight to address the Legislature Assembly.
Heichka, Chief, do I have a seconder? Seconded by Legislator Lucolia Tia Williams. All in favor, please raise your hands. Online, Terry? Online, Taylor? Legislator Taylor? All right, I have affirmative. If you could vocalize your vote so that I could hear, that would be great. Taylor? Terry?
I approve.
Heichka, motion passed unanimously. Thank you so very much. Well, I guess that means that you've got permission, Minister McKnight. I've had the honor and privilege of sharing the stage, the podium, the microphone, the floor, the park with Minister McKnight on many occasions where we'd have to jointly support the municipality of Delta. And I have to say, it's been a pleasure to be able to work with her, because her passion and commitment to all the people that she works for and represents is clear in the way she walks and holds herself and carries her voice. So we're very, very, very happy to have you and welcome you to this Tsawwassen Legislature. Minister McKnight?
Good evening, everyone. Heichka Squeakwill, Heichka Madison for the feather. It is an incredible honor to stand before you in your legislature for the first time. I would like to thank Chief Swamasat for the invitation to join you. I come during my first year in this role as someone deeply committed to listening, learning, and building trust. While I am new to this role, I'm not new to these rivers, coasts, or forests. I am proud to have called the traditional lands of Tsawwassen First Nation home for my entire life. I know that strong relationships are the foundation of reconciliation and progress, and I hope to earn your trust by working in partnership with an open heart and open mind. I understand that this legislative session carries important work: the Appropriations Act, the Property Taxation Amendment Act, and the Community Safety Amendment Act, as well as the motion to appoint members to the Language and Culture Commission. Each of these measures is more than a law or policy. Each is a reflection of the care for your community. Each decision you make here affects the lives of elders, youth, families, and future generations. It is work that requires wisdom, dedication, and courage. At the federal level, I want you to know that there are concrete efforts underway that align with the priorities I see reflected here and in your work. First, there is $2.8 billion committed to support First Nations leadership in shaping an Indigenous-led housing mission through Build Canada Homes. This will be part of a larger effort to close the housing gap for urban, rural, and northern Indigenous communities. This funding has been recommitted through 2031, with portions already flowing and with an emphasis on for Indigenous, by Indigenous delivery. Housing is more than infrastructure. It is stability, it is dignity, it is the foundation for strong families and healthy communities. To complement housing, our government has launched the Build Community Strong Fund, $51 billion over 10 years to modernize local infrastructure like water systems, roads and bridges, community and recreation spaces, and other housing enabling works that communities depend on. These are not abstract investments. They are the arenas where children play, the systems that protect public health, and the infrastructure that supports economic opportunity. Economic reconciliation also means ownership and decision-making power. That's why the Indigenous Loan Guarantee Program has been doubled from $5 billion to $10 billion and opened beyond energy and natural resources to include infrastructure, transportation, and trade projects. This expansion gives First Nations, Inuit, and Métis partners greater access to capital for equity stakes in major projects, ensuring rights holders have a seat at the table and share in the prosperity that development can bring. Community wellness is also vital to a comprehensive engagement approach. Our government has allocated $630.2 million over 2 years to improve access to culturally grounded, distinctions-based Indigenous mental health services, from on-the-land programming to crisis response and trauma-informed care. And for the next generation, opportunity must be tangible. To help more First Nations students pursue their goals, our government has provided $242.7 million over 3 years to expand access to post-secondary education through the Post-Secondary Student Support Program. Budgeting, whether here in this legislature or on a national level, is never just spreadsheets and figures. It's about priorities, about weighing needs, and making decisions that will shape the lives of future generations. Every choice reflects a commitment to your members and leaseholders, and I want to acknowledge the time, energy, and care that each of you brings to this process. Your willingness to serve the community reflects your commitment to service and demonstrates the power of thoughtful, courageous leadership. Beyond the legislation and budgets, I see a community with vision, a vision for safety, for economic growth, for cultural and language revitalization, for health and wellness, and for stewardship of your land and natural resources. Each of these areas is vital, and together they form the fabric of a resilient, thriving Tsawwassen First Nation. I also want to recognize the TFN Census Project, concluding this month. This outreach effort will play a significant role in guiding the long-term planning for community, including housing, health, education, language and culture, and community needs. This census will tell a story of your members, your families, your culture, and your aspirations. In watching the first meeting of this session, I was very taken with the multiple generations in the room, and in particular, I appreciated the Squeakle's acknowledgement of the future leaders in the room, including baby Eve's participation in the ceremonial procession. Having grown up in a family business, I related to the reference about training starting when we are very young. To the next generation of leaders, you are an essential part of your community. Your energy, your ideas, your courage, and your compassion are the threads that will strengthen your nation for decades to come. As we progress in building our relationship, it is my privilege to work with TFN to ensure collaboration and input, to grounding our relationship in respect and trust, to walking alongside you as you make decisions for your community, and to celebrating TFN's successes, including Treaty Day on April 3rd. Thank you for welcoming me today. I am inspired by your leadership, moved by your dedication, and proud to be part of the journey as we continue building a strong, resilient, and vibrant Tsawwassen First Nation. Haichka.
OCM Haichka, thank you so much for your words tonight, Minister McKnight. We really appreciate your friendship and our working together. I believe that Chief Swanisat would like to present you with a gift on behalf of the nation. Thank you so much again, Minister. We are so happy to have had you witness our legislative session. Thank you for taking the time to watch our first session online as well. Really appreciate that support. And hopefully we can share some of our protocols back at home when you have your legislative session. Thank you again. Heichka. All right, second reading. The second reading is the time for debating the substance and the merit of Schedules 1, 2, and 8 this evening. It's the time to be curious. It's time to make sure that you understand the schedule that you will be considering. Ask any questions about the impacts or share any thoughts that you have about the schedule's content. Beginning with the second reading of Schedule 1, I'd like to call upon Jennifer Jansen, Manager of Government and Legislative Services, and then Brad, the Manager of IT, Mark DeMello, Director of Finance and Corporate Services, and Mary Childs, the General Counsel, to present their portions of the schedule. So I guess in that order, I would like to now invite Jennifer Jansen to come up. Smedella. Who's there to support the person that supports the rest of us, eh? Thanks, Jen.
Heichka Squeakwasium and Heichka Maddie for the Feather. I'm thankful that we have a clicker here tonight. So I'm going to talk about the Government Services Department side of this schedule. First off, the makeup of the department. So as I'm the Manager of Government and Legislative Services, I report to Mark as the Director. And then within our department, we have Opal, who is our admin assistant. She's also taken on being the lead enumerator for the census project. So that's been a great learning opportunity for her, and she's done a fantastic job. We also have two leasehold relations coordinators, Bo Simpson and Brenda Wright. They deal with liaising with the residential leaseholders. Brenda works part-time, 3 days a week, and Bo is full-time. We have the Senior Executive Assistant and Office Supervisor, Courtney, who works alongside Executive Council and the CAO to provide admin support to that group. And then under her, we have the Governance Clerk, Simi, who takes minutes and manages the Executive Council meetings, and then Tavia, who greets everybody up front at reception. So that's the department. As mentioned, our department includes the leaseholder relations function, all the functions related to managing Executive Council and Judicial Council and the Office of the CAO, administrative functions, including reception and admin assistance, information management and information governance functions, and then also the Legislature and Advisory Council and elections, which includes the meeting that we are participating in right now. This budget has not changed substantially. There is a slight increase of $20,000, which, if my math is correct, Mark, you can correct me, but I believe it's 1.7% roughly. So some of the increases have come from COLA increases in core, wage increases. There's been no change to the budget for the administration area. There has been an increase of $48,000 to the executive governance section, and this is mainly to cover costs associated with the Executive Council engagement sessions that we have been doing primarily off-site. So it mainly includes things like travel and facility catering and facility bookings and those kinds of things for those events. For legislative services, there's an increase of $60,000, and this is related to the costs that are associated with a general election. This is a general election year, as I'm sure you are all aware, And so there will be some costs to hire an election officer to run the election, and then there will be some other associated costs with using online voting tools if that's the direction that we go, and then some other sort of costs related to sort of logistical aspects of running an election. These increases are offset by a decrease in the information management area, and this is related to consolidating resources related to the SharePoint implementation project and the